I mean, he's the one that everybody be talking about them stories about Tank sparring a person in Atlanta. I don't know if you ever heard them stories about saying they were saying that Tank quit and all that. You ever heard that story?
Nah, tell me about it. Casino Life Prayers, how can I help you, man? And thank you, Enu.
What's going on, man? I tried to call in the other day. I had to update my phone. I think you thought I was like a spam or some shit.
No, I saw you. I didn't know what happened, but I remember. So what's
Yeah,
up?
my
What's on
fault.
your mind, man?
Hey, man, I was just calling in because you was talking about Brian Norman Jr. You know what I'm saying? I'm from Atlanta down here. I done been in the same gyms he been in and everything like that. So I just calling in to tell you like we like down here, man. We behind him 1,000%. You know, like I see a lot of comments. Like a lot of people feel like he clout chasing right now. A lot of stuff like that. But when you come up the way that Brian Norman Jr. had to come up, you gotta kind of like you gotta be aggressive with that shit. Like he don't got the like all the like going to the Olympics and all that kind of stuff. He don't got all that. Had to get out the mud. And if you from Atlanta or if you from Georgia, you kind of know that this ain't no boxing state like that. So we don't got like a lot of opportunities. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody
Mhm.
from Philly. You know what I'm saying? Like Philly, everybody know Philly is a boxing state, but Atlanta, it really is not known for that. Like the last time we had a champion was Vernon Forrest. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So and then so basically like Brian Norman Jr., bro, like he the shit, bro. Like to me, because we from Atlanta, and um he's the only champion. He's the only world champion from Atlanta that was born in Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody else, every other champion from Atlanta wasn't even born in Atlanta. So he the first champion born from Atlanta. He only 23 years old. I don't think a lot of people realize that he the youngest. He younger than Bam Rodriguez. He the youngest world champion in boxing right now, and he from
Hmm.
Atlanta, man. So I'm behind him 1,000%. And I heard people saying that he gonna go out like Devin Haney. But the difference in Brian Norman Jr. or anybody who has a fighting style like Brian Norman Jr., no matter what happens in a fight, you're gonna want to see him fight. Like if everybody like that last knockout he got went viral, you know, and he was the underdog in that fight. He knocked that dude out. I think his name was Santilli, and he knocked that dude out something crazy. Like it was real brutal. And he went to that man hometown and did it. But that's the type of stuff he always had to do when you coming from a place like Atlanta. You can't even get good sparring in Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? Like me and him around the same side. He had to be sparring a nigga like me. You know, and I'm a painter. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like he ran through Atlanta, bro. I mean, he's the one that everybody be talking about them stories about Tank sparring a person in Atlanta. I don't know if you ever heard them stories about saying they were saying that Tank quit and all that. You ever heard that story?
Nah, tell me about it.
All right. Well, it's a gym called Mustafa Boxing. That's you know, you can look him up, Mustafa Boxing. His gym used to be on Glenwood. Uh, Brian Jr. He come out of a gym called fuck my Amy cuss my bad. He come from a gym. Damn, what's the name of that gym? His gym is in Ellenwood, Georgia. But he had Tank. He done sparred Tank 3 times. They done went doghouse rules and everything. And the story is that Tank quit. That's what I wasn't there, but I know people who was there. They told me that's true. You know what I'm saying? But like that's the guy. But if you never heard the story, then I ain't trying to come on here and start talking about his old sparring story because that's some old shit. Like right now, currently he the world champion. He won boots. You know what I'm saying? And the city behind him. And I just encourage people to look into him because his fighting style is a real family. It's a real fan friendly fighting style. You know, so like if you was to compare a boots fight to what you would expect from Brian Norman, you could kind of compare it like you could expect a Brian Norman fight versus Boots to look like Romain Villa, except Brian Norman Jr. got better footwork than Romain Villa, but he got that pressure though. You know what I'm saying? So like I just wanted to call in to just um you know what I mean uplift the young brother from the city, man, because a lot of
Yeah.
people don't know him. A lot of people don't
Just so
know him,
you
but
know, though, Brian Norman Jr. is a lot bigger than Tank, ain't he?
yeah, he is bigger than Tank. I know. That's what I'm saying. But Tank always sparred bigger people. Like. But I mean, I'm not saying that's why I say I ain't even go into detail of the story because that's not why I don't want to promote him as that dude. But I just know that a lot of people know him from them stories. You know what I'm saying? Like I think he's more valuable than them stories. Like to me, I would tell you to go watch his fights. You know what I'm saying? But I know that a lot of people probably on your channel know him from that story. You know what I'm saying? That's the only reason I brought it up. But I wasn't there, so I'm not trying to even give no details. I don't know shit about that shit. You know what I mean? I wasn't there. I wasn't there. You know what I mean? But that's a lot. A lot of people know him from that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we got some good working with Tank when Tank was in Atlanta. And Tank, he must have sparred with what was that for the fight was in Atlanta? Preparing for the fight that he had
Yeah.
in Atlanta?
No. He wasn't. Nah, that was the time he came to prepare for a fight. That was Mario Barrios. He came to the gym I trained at to prepare for Mario Barrios. Matter of fact, I was there that time. Like I done met Tank more than once, but that time I'm on there. Matter of fact, I got a cameo on Showtime and shit.
No, really?
Yeah, I got a cameo on Showtime on that the epilogue from the Mario Barrios versus Tank. Like Coach Calvin came to the gym, man. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Them dudes is some real dudes, bro. Cause you ain't gotta come to our gym, bro. Like you do not gotta come to our gym, bro. It's in the trenches. Like so to see Tank pull up in them Rolls Royces like that, bro. And Coach Calvin, like he gave us a speech, bro. Like he started crying and shit, man. You know, Coach Calvin be crying, but he like you can't even like you know how some people cry, you feel a certain type of way, but when Coach Calvin cry, bro, you don't feel no less about him, bro. Like it's like, bro, you know what he been through, man. And then like he came to our gym, you know what I'm saying? They spent time with us, and at first when they came, Mustafa told everybody to leave. Like we was training in the parking lot. You know what I'm saying, man? Tank came in there. He was like, man, why you tell them folks to leave, man? Tell them come back in. And that's how I ended up being on that shit. Cause Tank, he's so humble, bro. He wanted to be around everybody, bro. Like he didn't want Showtime to like make everybody lead the gym and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like he kept that shit real. He made us come back in, and we all was in the ring with him, working out with him, like with Coach Calvin and everybody. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, our gym, Coach Mustafa gym, like that's a popping gym. Like I just met Alicia Baumgartner. I met Alicia Baumgartner. She came when that was 2 days. No, Saturday. She came. I met her too. So like a lot of people when they come to Atlanta, they gotta come to Mustafa's. You know what I'm saying? So like Brian Norm Jr., bro, that's our fighter down here, bro. So you know what I mean? I just wanted to let people know a little bit more about Brian Norm Jr. and some background on him from somebody from where he from. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's gonna be tight on him and Jaron, though. I can't lie, dog. That's gonna be. But
Yeah,
y'all maybe should the fight should be in it. I didn't realize that. Man, they were saying that they would be willing to go to Philadelphia, man. But really,
it should be here.
it maybe they may be smarter going to Atlanta.
Yeah, it should be here though. Like, and we got the I mean, I don't know where they would put it, but I know they got the old. What's that shit? You know where they do overtime boxing at? That's
No,
here. You never heard of overtime boxing? Like where they go? It's like damn, who be fighting on there, man? Man,
no,
I
but I
mean,
mean they had to fight somewhere because Tank just fought in Atlanta.
oh yeah,
So
that's
wherever
State Farm
Tank fought,
Arena. Yeah, that's
yeah,
State
he's gonna
Farm
fight
Arena.
at Tank State Farms Arena.
You think
It's
they
like
could? You
wherever
think
they
they
he
could?
fought, that's where it would be. If you can,
You think they
if
could
you
fight
gonna
there?
sell it out, if
I'm
y'all
saying you.
supporting him like that, he should be able to sell out down there in Atlanta. Then
Shit, we might. I mean, I don't know. He ain't fought here in so long, bro. Like he ain't never fought here since he fought at top rank. Like since he got signed to top rank, he ain't fought here. So I don't know how it will go. I know when he was fighting here, people show up to that shit. So I mean, hey man, I don't know. I ain't big on marketing or I don't know demographics and stuff. But shoot, I would love for it to be here. Like if it's so if they listening, I'm gonna buy a ticket. I'm gonna buy a ticket. So I mean, I'm pretty sure there's a lot of other people gonna buy a ticket. But if it's here, I'm gonna buy a ticket. You know what I'm saying? So shit, hell yeah, bring it here.
yes,
Bring it
sir.
here.
Yeah,
But man,
all right,
salute
man.
you,
Well, I
man. Yeah,
appreciate you, Casino
yeah, for
Life.
sure, man. All right, man. I'm gonna keep listening.
All right, man, get back. 2 Cent was good.
What's going on, Fanon? What's going on, chat? Can y'all hear me?
I can hear you well.
Well, what's up, everybody? I just want to come up here real quick and give my 2 cents on the Brian Norman Jr. fight. And I just want to say at this point, if Brian Norman fight Boots, in my opinion, I'm not saying they shouldn't fight, but I honestly don't believe that Brian Norman is ready for that fight. And not in a way of like how people be like, oh, well, Boots ain't ready for Crawford. Not in that sense, just in the sense that he's still young. He's only 23. He just got that title. Let him try to get a couple title defenses in. He got some things that he needs to work on, like he needs to tighten up his defense. And I heard people saying, "Oh, well, he gonna fight Boots on the inside. The way to fight Boots is on the inside." And I'm like, how did that work out for Villa? How did trying to fight Boots work out for Villa? Boots has a longer arm reach than Brian Norman, so I'm sure he's gonna be able to keep him at the end of that jab. But I just think that he's not. A lot of people saying, "Oh, Brian Norman in his prime," and Brian Norman is not in his prime. He's only 23. So I think he needs a little bit more time. If they make this fight now, people are saying they're the number 1 and 2 in the division. Let them go around, collect some belts, and come together for an undisputed match. If that's the case, in my opinion, I don't think that they should make that fight right now. I think if they make that fight right now, it's going to seem as though Brian Norman is feeding himself to Boots. He's still got a lot to work on, in my opinion, but that's just my 2 cents about the situation. We shouldn't wait too long for a fight, and we shouldn't rush a fight. It needs to be a healthy balance in between that. But if they want to get it on, then they can get it on. I just don't see Brian Norman really being. He can be a great challenge for Boots. I just don't think right now is that time. Well, what do you think about that?
I think it's a little early for him. Like I said, I didn't even think he was going to have a title for another 2 years at least. Like, I just didn't think. I don't know how many fights does Brian Norman have? Let me look. Like Brian, I'm familiar with Brian Norman, but I didn't. 23 years old, so he's really young. He's had 26 fights though with 20 knockouts, so he's been real busy.
I mean, that's a lot of fights, but what caliber of opponents has he been fighting would be my next question.
No. But I mean, Santilli was Santilli was undefeated, 32-0, and people had him really raising up. But yeah, I think it's I mean, I think it's a little early. I didn't expect it. I didn't expect him to be in this position that quick.
Yeah, I didn't either. And they sent offers and everything. So, I mean, but I don't know. That's just my 2 cents. I want to hop up here and get there real quick. I think it's too early for the fight. I think they should wait a little bit, let him get some title defenses, let him get some more experience in. But you do say he got 26 fights, so maybe we'll see it, maybe not. But I want to see how this all unfolds. I'm definitely going to continue to follow the story.
Yeah, he's going to have to get paid a lot to get that up that quick. But if you pay him right, because, otherwise he's going to get like Teal going to jump up in there or something. And he needs to be careful about Bob Arum and those guys fighting with Top Rank and getting beat. And, I wouldn't be surprised if they brought Jose Ramirez or somebody up there to fight him like that, or maybe even rebuild Josh Taylor and give Josh Taylor a chance at it. But, we just got to be careful. If I was Brian Norman, as soon as they started mentioning fighting over there in Europe, I'd be like, I ain't. Don't do me like Oshaki,
Yeah.
Don't
absolutely.
Like, but anyway, all right. Thanks. Hey, thank you, 2 Cent. Appreciate you.
All right. Appreciate it. Peace out.
All right. For sure.